Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Markets yesterday really didn't get much follow through after that sell-off that we had a couple of days ago. We'll see if that is some more stable base building right here at these levels. Long term, directional alert signals haven't changed since yesterday, still mildly bearish in a bear market, meaning that our overall long-term trend here is still down. This was our initial bear market signal back in May, still in that long-term downtrend, but as I've mentioned the last few days, really working and churning out this base right here for the last 6 months. The shorter term signals were still, this trend line is still coming into play, running into some resistance levels, and we've seen a little bit of crack here in this sentiment. It was sitting right up here at these super high levels, and the downturn that we had 2 days ago pulled that back a little bit. That's what we need to see. We really need to see this sentiment kind of pull back just a little bit to allow a little bit of fear back into the market, back into the minds of investors, so they're not so optimistic, and that allows for market participants to come back in. It becomes this contrarian type signal where you end up with everybody on one side of a trade. Typically when everybody is on the one side, there's no one left for the other side of the trade, and you just get a supply demand imbalance. And so we need that sentiment really to come back down just a little bit more. But market, this basing process is actually looking quite constructive because we're not seeing any panic, and we're not seeing a real intense upside or downside right here, which makes for trading the direction a little bit tougher right now. And so as I mentioned yesterday, just a little bit smaller trades, building some watch lists, making sure your setups are sound and your money management is sound. If we jump over here back to the buy-sell ratios, this is another thing that I wanted to see, and that is just for that frothiness to pull back in a little bit. We're at the upper range of that buy location. That's the value of this indicator, is to be looking for the overall direction. Number one, when you have green above red, you've got bullish market conditions. When you have an extreme and you're up in these areas, then you've gone too far too fast, and you're due for some kind of a pullback like you see back here and here and here. So it can still be in this overall uptrend like this, but you may see a little bit of a pullback along the way. You're just going to get volatility in the markets, and this pullback is a little bit of a healthy thing, I feel like, for settling in this base and really seeing if we're going to make something of it long term. One of the things I wanted to show you in the software is one of the screen capabilities. This is a screen that I really like to use, and that is you set up, like for example this one I've named 30-30-30 posts, and the reason why is because I've got all of these financial metrics, ROE, annual EPS, the last quarter EPS, and the sales growth all set to 30% or higher, as well as a buy signal, and the long-term trend is up. Volume fairly light, $1 per share or higher. So it's looking for stocks that have the TradersPro signal of a buy uptrend and a long-term buy uptrend, but then you can add in some of these fundamental metrics as well, depending on what you're looking for, or depending on the kind of stock or the kind of company that you would like to trade or invest in. Maybe you want to have something that has dividend yields, or maybe you do want something that's a lot larger cap stock. Maybe you want market cap that or mid cap or large cap. You can decide that. But in this case, this is giving 4 stocks. This actually is one to keep an eye on right here. This Target Hospitality. It's been in this nice uptrend. It's still got this bullish trend profile. It's in the nice uptrend. It's broken out and then retesting, and you can see almost that bullish hammer pattern right here. That hammer pattern, which is opening here, selling off, and then rallying all the way back up above, and then creating that green bar. In this case, if I were to switch, the signal here is green. If I were to switch this over just to a traditional candlestick view, it's probably going to be white. So it's an up day, which means that it opened here and it closed higher than where it opened, but it spent some time down on these lower levels, and then there was some buying that brought it back up. So that's a bullish hammer pattern. You see those at reversal locations, and that's a positive thing in this situation. So TH is definitely one to be watching. You also have just massive fundamentals right here, where you're seeing nice earnings growth over the last quarter, 500% almost annual EPS from last year, meaning that their earnings per share have grown 500% from a year ago. And so you have a fundamentally moving company, which in addition, ultimately that's what moves the stock price, but so you're getting a quality company in an uptrend. So you can define all of those settings on your screener as you choose. The muscle stocks and muscle ETFs, all of these are predefined scans that I've set up, but you can refine that even more so by setting up the screener. If you don't have full access to the site, you can sign up with the link below, and we look forward to having you. Have a great day today.